What's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent, and today I wanted to talk about Black Desert just for a quick little bit, okay? It's not going to be a longer video because I am probably streaming right now as you see this video. If you would, please come check out the stream. I would really appreciate it. Let's have some fun. All right. Anyways, but Black Desert Online, I've been streaming it for a couple of days now, like straight. I've just been playing it nonstop, been leveling, been grinding, been having fun, and I've really come to like awaken myself. I've really become to understand what the game is, okay? So Black Desert Online, obviously, it's a sandbox game, so you can do what you want. You can go where you want, play how you want. Yeah, I get it, but a lot of people come into Black Desert with a sort of misconception, okay? Because graphically, it looks really impressive, and the game itself has a lot of immersive mechanics to it. On paper, this seems like it's going to be one of the most immersive games that you could play, one of the most social games that you could potentially play. It seems like on paper, this could be the greatest MMORPG ever. But then you get a lot of people who have just, done their first impressions or have started playing, and they write on forums and Reddit posts, on YouTube comments, that the game is just a Korean grind fest. You know what? They're not wrong. They're actually not wrong, but here's the thing, guys, is that there is more to the game. And even if it was just a grind fest, there is actually gameplay to be had in grinding, okay? So I'm gonna help you find your viewpoint. I'm gonna help you find the proper perspective coming into Black Desert, okay? I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Black Desert. Let's go do that. Black Desert is very aware of itself. I know it looks immersive. I know it looks pretty. It looks gorgeous. The combat looks incredibly intricate and deep, and it is. You're not wrong. But the thing is that it's aware that it is a game. And in many ways, especially with the UI, you can kind of see in a lot of the auto features of the game, it is very arcade, okay? So it is actually, while it looks very immersive, it is mechanically an arcade grinding game, okay? And in that sense, you need to learn how to play a grinding MMO. See, the thing is that yes, the combat is completely intricate and very deep, but the monsters are actually really easy. A lot of the mobs are very easy. Even some bosses, you can fight them 1v1 if you know how to play the game, I guess. So, it's not that difficult. But the thing is that a lot of this game, it is very easy to make money. It is very easy to do a lot of the things, but that's not the point of the game. The point is to expand past that, to extend yourself as a player past what is easy and comfortable. In a lot of games, let's say like Dark Souls, okay, you hit a wall and you must break that wall, okay? But in Black Desert, there's not really a wall that is set in place by the game itself. It's more like, well, it's an open sandbox, kind of appropriate, right? But there's no difficulty really proper. You have to set your own difficulty. So really, if you're gonna play a grinding game, you need to sort of go to maybe the most, you gotta do a lot of research, you gotta do a lot of testing, find which places give the most gold, whatever, even if that's not difficult. Or you yourself can go and really push yourself, go to some place that's super high level, that's super dangerous, bring your resources. And yes, it is gonna be terribly difficult and maybe unfun to an extent. A lot of bullet spongy, enemies. I'm not here to review, the game just yet, but I will say that there are some things that can be unfun depending on how far you push yourself difficulty wise, but there is that difficulty, and you can stretch yourself in different ways. You can actually you can merchandise, you can be a trader, you can focus on the actual literal grinding aspect, you can actually focus on the combat. There is PvP, they just added an expansion, there's open seas, PvP in combat, and there's like giant monsters over there, and I'm sure the game is going to forever expand, but the point of the game is that you as a player, you are supposed to expand. Yes, you could just go to the level 1 area and just easily grind those things, and I guess you would make money technically, but there's more that you could do. You could, why just grind one group of monsters? I mean, maybe you could run around, you can make routes, you can make routes, you may mix in different gathering while you're farming, bosses. You can gather around, wait for a world boss to spawn and farm him. There's so many different things you can do. You can even have workers, and you can make money in so many different ways, and at the same time, you can go about combat in many different ways, right? I mean, the combat seems explosively deep when it really doesn't need to be, apparently, but no, it's a tool. The game just gives you a bunch of tools, and then just says, do whatever, man. So if you are feeling like the game is kind of easy, and that there's not much to do, well, that's because you just haven't discovered that, all the things that you could possibly do as a player, all the things that you could game. This is a game. It's a game that's very aware that it's a game, and you as a player need to realize that it is a game. It is not it's not quite the immersive social experience that maybe the game sold to you. Okay, it's not quite that. But if you understand what the game is, you can have a tremendous amount of fun. Okay, there really is something to be gamed here. There is something coming here to be challenged, and it's really all about yourself. How far you can push yourself, how high of a level mobs you can fight and grind reliably, learning different combos to be more efficient and stuff like that. You are just constantly improving yourself as a player. And while I will admit, as a sandbox game, this is quite Care Bear. It is quite Care Bear. It's not too difficult, but again, the difficulty is self-tamed by you. You, the player, you're the one who decides how difficult this game is going to be, how much you do, how thin you stretch yourself, and at the same, just all the different mechanics. You can do them all at the same time if you wanted to, or you can just focus on one simple thing. If you want to play this game casually, you can, and you can go as hardcore as you can. I know it sounds vague as shit, but without doing like a giant video explaining every single intricate mechanic, then you're probably not going to get it. The thing is, guys, is that this is a game that you have to just jump into and just trust that you're going to have fun, because you're the one who decides what is fun, what is not, what you do. So you just got to trust in yourself, kind of. This is a good game. It's a unique game. There's a high production value. Might not be for everyone, but at the same time, there is, if you remove some biases, that you have and just give it a shot, I think most people will actually really enjoy it. And that's why it's got a pretty big boost in popularity right now. And they've just added a new expansion. They got new stuff coming out. There's a lot happening with Black Desert. A lot of YouTubers, a lot of people jumping in and having fun, making content, and just grinding it out, I guess you could say. And maybe that sounds simple, but it's not. When you get into the game, even simple grinding actually becomes an entire MMO game itself. So check it out, guys. It's a lot of fun. And I just want to say, there is you can just be a fisher if you want. You could be a fisher, you could be a cook, you can produce, you could just be you can run your own business. There is a lot you can do in Black Desert, okay? So, yeah. Anyways, yes, it is a grindy fucking game, but is actually really fun still. That's all I could say, man. That's all I could say. Anyways, go into the game with the right perspective, and you can have a blast for as many hours as me and still counting. So yeah, I'm probably still streaming right now. If you guys want to check that out and see some gameplay, let's do it. Let's have some fun. Thanks for watching, guys. My name's Skylent, and I'll see you in the next one.